I turned it down, Joseph Benjamin. Don't worry. Anyway, this story, it happened. This guy was working in a pizza shop, and it was about 10:59, and the pizza place closed at 11. He had just shut off the ovens and turned off the deep fryers when the phone rang. So he picks it up. That's his job. He says, "Hello?" And this guy says, "I'd like to order a pizza." And he says, "Listen, we're closed. You called and it's 11:01 now, and we close at 11, so I can't really make you a pizza because we're closed." And that's just how it works. And the guy didn't like it too much because he was real hungry. And he said, "Listen, man, I'm real hungry. I'll give you a $30 tip if you make this pizza and drive it out to my house." And this young man that was working, he said, "Well, $30 tip. That would go a long way because gas is $2.39 a gallon, and I drive a Dodge Ram pickup truck, and it guzzles gas, so I could use the money." And so he agrees to make the pizza and take it out to the guy's house, and takes down the address of the guy, says it'll be there in about a half an hour, and he looks at the address after he got the pizza made and stuff. He gets in his car, he looks at the address, and it's way out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, this is more in the middle of nowhere than Iowa. Okay? And this guy, he gets in his car, and he drives it out there. Gets it there barely into the 30-minute mark, because you know if it's longer than 30 minutes, you get your pizza for free, and you don't want that to happen. So he gets out there just under the 30-minute mark, and he goes up and looks at the house, and it's the most beat-up house that he's ever seen. And it's all dilapidated and stuff, and there's a nasty fence going around it. And it's in the middle of nowhere. There's no houses for miles. But he takes the pizza up there, goes through the creaky grate. The gate slammed behind him. And he goes and he walks up the stairs onto the porch, and he knocks on the door, and there's no answer. So he knocks again. "Pizza!" And there's no answer. So he knocks a third time. And the third time he knocks, the door creaks open. And he peeks in and he yells, "Pizza!" And no one answers. And he takes a step inside, and as he steps in, he sees in front of him a coffin, just standing there in front of the doorway. Just like nothing's happened. There's just a coffin there like it's supposed to be there. But he looks at it for a minute, and all of a sudden the coffin starts coming towards him. And he goes, "Ah!" And he runs, and he jumps down the stairs, and he goes over the gate, and here comes the coffin down the stairs and through the gate. And it's chasing him, and he gets into his car, and he shuts the door, and he takes off, and he puts it in the drive, and he takes off, and he starts driving down all these random country roads, and he doesn't know where he's going because he's never been here before, and he's driving around, and he's not sure where he is, and the coffin's still following behind him. So he steps on the accelerator, and he gets up to about 90 miles an hour, and thinking, surely I must have lost it by now, and he looks behind him, and sure enough, there's the coffin about 15 feet behind his car, and he's thinking to himself, how can a coffin move so fast it has no wheels? And so he drives, and he figures out where he is, and he gets home, he drives home, and gets out of his car, looks around, doesn't see it. All of a sudden, now around the corner, here comes the coffin. He screams and he runs, and he jumps up the 3 stairs onto his porch, and he runs inside, and he slams the door, and he locks it, and he locks the doorknob, and he goes, and he hides behind his couch, and he peeks over and looks out the window, and he doesn't see anything. And all of a sudden, there's the coffin, just coming through his doorway, and he starts throwing things at it. He throws the couch cushions at it, and he throws the television remote at it, and he throws the television itself at it, and nothing's stopping it. And he runs into his kitchen, and he slams the door, and he goes and hides behind the counter, and he takes a breath. And all of a sudden, boom, here comes the coffin, and he starts kitchen at it, he throws the blender at it, and he throws the can opener at it, and he throws all the knives in the knife drawer, and all the spoons in the spoon drawer, and nothing's stopping it. And he runs, and he goes up the stairs, and into his bedroom, and he slams the door, and he goes and hides under his bed, because he thinks that's a safe place. And all of a sudden he hears boom, and he looks out, and the coffin's going in circles around his bedroom looking for him. And so he does what every human being would do. He panics, he goes, ah! And he starts throwing things in the bedroom, but there's not much to throw. He throws his Bible, and he throws his eyeglasses, and he throws his glass of water, and the pillows off his bed, but they're not doing much. And he runs in circles, and he's running around his bed, and the coffin's all the while on the other side, just keeping pace with him. And he runs into the bathroom, because it's the only way left he's got. And he slams the door, and he locks it, because every bathroom door has a lock. And he looks around, realizes that going into the bathroom on the second floor was probably not the wisest of ideas when you have a coffin chasing you, because there's no way out. There's no door. And so, with not much else to do, he stands there, and boom! He gets knocked backwards into the toilet, and the coffin's coming straight for him. So he starts chucking things at it. He chucks the shampoo and the soap, and he chucks the conditioner, because conditioner is better. And he chucks the washcloth, and he tries to throw the toilet, but it's bolted down. And he grabs the medicine cabinet and starts throwing everything in the medicine cabinet at it. He throws the Tylenol, that's not stopping the Advil, and he throws the ibuprofen, and he throws the Robitussin. And it stops. And out of nowhere he hears a voice. And the voice says, Robitussin stops the coffin.